You're still here. What are you doing back?
Gotta leave early. Otherwise, otherwise I'm going to have nothing for dinner.
Okay.
So I'm prepared. I have my butcher's knife.
Oh no. I'm scared now. Butcher's knife. I'm just joking. So I'm going to read an excerpt from my upcoming book. It's not a promotion. I might not even release it. I had a publisher and they kept on wanting me to write a self-help book for non-duality and I kept on saying no. So it might never be released. It doesn't really matter. But I'll read it anyway. I can't believe I'm reading this, but here we go. Death is the unconditional love story. Death is everywhere. Life is death appearing in the apparent story. The dream, not dream, is the never ending story of separation of the nameless. This, and this. This is Armageddon. This is wonderful nothingness. The unreal, real simultaneously appearing as the uncaused, the uncreated, the unknown, the one without the opposite, this grand stage of emptiness without an audience. The echoes of death and the whispers of birth suggesting an arrival and a departure that apparently happens and unhappens in complete unison. The unseparated, the indescribable wonder, the great mystery, the overflowing unconditional ordinariness, and the overflowing unconditional love, drowning everything without prejudice. The extraordinary ordinariness and the obvious simplicity that nothing ever happens. The bewildering story and the clarity that there has never been anyone. The collapse of time and the demise of the timekeeper. Everything is happening by itself without reason or rhyme or purpose or meaning. Nothing is the unstoppable unhappening of everything that is appearing, the collapse of cause and effect, the quicksand of unknowing, the devastation of every single belief, the collision and oblivion of everything past, present, and future, the complete loss of hope, and the absence of fear, apparently. The massacre of all of the messiahs, prophets, bodhisattvas, buddhas, sages, and all the magical made up unicorns through burning the great fire of the Book of Dreams. All the flowers of consciousness have wilted and turned black and gray from the big drought of the I am that. And the towering tree of awareness all uprooted and dead from all the flooding of this is it. The exposure of the spirit, soul, self, all the holy, sacred, and the divine as flimsy veils of deception to keep the dream of separation alive. The gates of heaven and hell opens and closes at the same time like a children's book that you toss in the garbage when purging for unnecessary things. Even the paradise and utopia brochures are made of plastic dreams thrown in the trash because it is not fit for recycling. The hoarder of all imagined and real things gets evicted and welcome back home. All of this is a story. You are the storyteller and the story itself. End of story. And that doesn't mean anything. It's just concepts.
Radical concepts.
Radical concepts. It's to dispel the concept, right? So it's talking in concepts to showcase that everything that is talked about is a concept, is a storybook, is a story of a story to dispel the story. Question here: why do we spend so many hours talking about this if it doesn't get us somewhere else to a better place? Because you're dead. I don't even there are no hours that were wasted and there's no one spending any time. There's no somewhere, there's no better place. This is it. This is death. So everything that you're looking for is the end of story and this is the end of the story. This is death. You know when people say nothing is happening, does anything happen in death? No. Is death unknowable? Yes. And yet here it is. Everyone's afraid of death, but it's looking at them. It's them. Death is a story, and so are you. And you can't even say, I don't know what death is, but this is death. Because all of the concepts and all of the ideas collide like this. And it's so simple that you don't need all the words. Nothing that I said in that writing is real, it's all fiction. But it's suggesting that this is all fiction. And there's nothing to figure out.
If you make an audio book of it, and you need music, let me know.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah.
I had music while I was coming up with this. Uh-huh.
I'm trying to find something else. Will I die soon and then stop looking? There's no you that's going to try to find something else or not try to find something else. No one dies. Um, this is death already. This is already being expressed that you don't know death, and this is death. This is the end of the story. The end of the idea that this is a story, the end of the storyteller, this is the end. It's the drowning of all beliefs, it's the massacre of all of ideas. Because the moment it comes up, it's gone. The moment it rises, it disappears. The moment that you think you got it got away. Because that is unreal and real appearing. But since it's unreal and real, it's also death. It's unknowable. Death is unknowable. We don't even have a word for it, so I'll just call it death. People are afraid of it, but it's what's being looked for. That's what people want, is death. And they keep on hovering around, walking around the butcher shop, waiting for a nice meal, waiting for something to happen. But there's no one. There's no one knocking at the door of death and then running away. Trying to make it real over and over again. Trying to make the illusion that, it's almost like it's playing. Death is playing aliveness. Death is playing disappearance. This is death. Let's not sugarcoat it. It's getting sugar-coated, by trying to attain something, trying to get somewhere. It's looking for its own absence, but it wants its absence to be elated. It wants its absence to be blissful. That is death. So when everything arises, it disappears because it's not really there. You can also say that there's no such thing as death, there's no such thing as life, and there's just no such thing. So everything that comes up is no such thing. Everything that is dreamed up is no such thing. Someone said, that's harsh. Yes. So you're looking for your own death, and here it is. Everything that you've ever looked for is here. It's this. When will I die? When will the me drop away? Well, it's here. Even that idea of dropping away is death. It doesn't mean anything, it's unknown. All of this idea is just rising up and down, rising up and down. It's like a zombie. Moving around. Thinking it's getting somewhere. It's just this. This is the wordless, the death of the words, the death of the concepts, the death of meaning, the death of belief, the death of hope, the death of purpose. So what's left? Just this. Isn't it stunning? The death of ideas, the death of relationships, the death of suffering, the death of liberation, the death of expectation, the death of everything. Yes, someone said, "Oh my goodness, oh my goodness." Yes, death is nothing. Death is paradise. The death of death. There you go. Someone said it too. Two people said the death of death. Yeah, death of death. The death of nothing. The death of emptiness. So all of this is just really unfolding and unraveling. So whatever comes up unravels. Whatever shows up leaves. Whatever begins ends. But it's all endings and beginnings happening at the same time. Since we think that this is dualistic, what non-dualism is pointing out to, there's no non-dualism, is the death of everything. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Because it's just stillness that's appearing as movement. Silence or death appearing as sounds. Stillness like death. Peacefulness appearing as chaos. Death of nothing, death of not nothing as well. Yes. Again, all concepts, these are just words that keeps on getting killed the moment that they come up. And that's what unconditional liberation is. It drowns everything that tries to swim in it. Is that why you call yourself Emerson Rad. Radical is also a concept. It's just an idea as well. The death of this and not this. So any of the death want to speak? Please go ahead and raise your hand and discuss death with me.
Emerson, we don't know what we're talking about.
No. No.
Well, there's no we, but as soon as a word comes, it's
Yeah.
like it
It's a bubble.
disappears.
It's a bubble, right? It's like a bubble
Yeah.
that pops. Yeah.
Exactly.
Fresh, effervescent death. There seems to be a lot of holding on to words, right? That arises and we put meanings, but all the words are dead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nothing to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
The amazing thing is that we don't know.
No, because there's no us to know.
Yeah. Well,
This-
there's no one
this
to
is-
know.
Yeah, there's no one to know, and this is just basically poetry about death. It's nothing really.
Yeah.
Hi, Emerson. When there is seeing of no me, do all interest in stories also drop? Or are some stories still entertaining like a movie? There's never been an Emerson. There is a no me. There are really no interest, so nothing really drops. Interests still appear, but also disappear. So there's no one, there's no beholder. There's no one holding any of the concepts or ideas or dreams. It's just seen as a coming and going. Nothing really. Do you want to add to that, Jesse? No. Okay. Oh, Susan. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, what's the difference from you now being dead and then when your body actually dies?
There's no such thing as me, right? That's why it's dead. There's no such thing as you as well. That's why it's dead. You think
Yeah.
you're
So
here,
when
but you're not.
yeah,
Yeah.
but when the body dies, it's
There's no body.
it's- right. But
Yeah.
there are no senses then to project an appearance, you could say, or to experience an appearance that's not even there. But it seems double dead when you're dead, body
No,
wise.
there's no double dead because death. This is
Yeah.
death and this is life appearing at the same time. There's no such thing as death. But I'm basically trying to express here that death is the absence of everything, including the belief of death. It's also the death of the idea of death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're newborn, you are it. I mean, you're dead when you're born because you have no concepts, you have no beliefs, you have no words, you have nothing really. You don't even know you're separate from a mother or father, or you're literally it, like what
Yeah, but
what we always are. But
there are also no newborn babies.
right, yeah, and the babies know it, but they don't know that they know it. I mean,
How do you know that?
it's like,
Again, we're talking in stories, right?
Yeah.
It's just this is just everything is an expression, right? And what's just being expressed here is that all of these ideas are already dead. They're not real. Like you. So everything that you come up is already dead.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
much ado, much ado about nothing, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But one more thing,
Yeah, yeah,
because
sure.
there's things to take care of in life. There's just it's like all these concepts and words and stuff. They're programmed, and it's almost like without them, how
No,
are
no,
you
they're
going to
not. They're not
survive?
really. They're not really programmed because they're dead already. So there is no A to B. Programming seems to that there is something separate, right? So nothing is separate.
Right. It's just
Yeah.
one big programming, you could say, that's appearing, walking, talking, sitting, eating.
Yeah. You can say that, but there's no programmer. There's no
Right.
intelligence, right? Because it's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that way, yeah. There's just the nothing, you could say.
That's even dead.
Appearing.
There's no nothing.
Right. The word nothing, but there is the word nothing is dead. But obviously,
if
this
you are
nothing
dead,
is
everything that you're speaking is dead speak, is what's being expressed here. This is dead speak. It doesn't mean anything. It's wordless. It's meaningless, right?
yeah.
So if you're dead, there's no purpose and there's no meaning. But at the end of at the hopelessness, at the death of hope, you know what apparently happens? Unconditional freedom. Because there's nothing to hope for. All the hopes are dead. All what you wish for are gone. Every idea that you have is dead. And that's what unconditional freedom is trying to point to. Because if there's nothing to figure out, if there's no need for liberation, because there's no one there, life and death are just appearing simultaneously. Aliveness and death seemingly appearing at the same time. I'm just trying to dispel any concepts or ideas that you have and kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them.
Yeah, all of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
Yes.
Like a burning.
But,
Burning of the books.
yeah.
Nice bonfire. It's warm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but it's okay to learn about health, for example, or you know what I'm saying, like learn about how this
It's coming
appears,
up.
even though those are
You
also
just did the
concepts
trilogy
and
here.
words.
You just opened another book. This is part 3 now. You can there's a new Susan's book about what about the future. It's also dead.
Yeah.
It's all right in if an appearance of doing something, but the seeing that it's not really there, it's not really happening, that it's also dead, then there's liberation in it because there's nothing to control, there's nothing to, it's already dead, it's already meaningless. So when there's meaningless, there's a lot of laughter because
Yeah.
it doesn't have any
Yeah.
purpose or meaning.
No, but
There's no
you
more
keep learning about
contraction.
all kind of
There's
things.
no more contraction. So
Mm.
rest in peace.
Yeah. Yes. And but you can still learn, but you'll be
No, you
filled
just
with
did
words
another
and concepts
chapter.
your whole
You just
life. You
open
can't.
another chapter. That's just another story. I'm just saying, rest in peace. Whatever appears, appears. If learning happens, learning happens. But there's no one learning.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just learning can happen. It's just you cannot words and concepts will always be as long as
Yeah.
you're alive.
It's
In
like
your
your
head.
ghost. It's like your ghost is haunting you now. You're just saying boo. You know what I'm saying? It's like a ghost now.
Yeah. So you can see it as a ghost.
No, I don't see a ghost.
I mean, there's no one
I'm
to
just
see
talking
it as
in
a ghost.
concepts.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can just see whatever concepts and words come up. Ding dong, dung dong. Whatever comes up, it's just what comes up, and that's all there is to that. Just
Yeah.
no more than that.
Yeah, and there's no one holding on to it because the one that's holding on to it is dead.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's no holding on to anything
Yeah,
because
there's
you
no
can't.
choice. That's why there's no free will. That's why there's no cause and effect, because it's dead. It's just
Yeah.
happening automatically. It's appearing as alive, but it's really dead.
Yeah. It's interesting though how information seems to be
What
linked.
information?
Like just like thoughts. A kind of information. Thoughts. Like my
There are
body,
no
for example,
thoughts.
DNA. Even though there is no body and no thoughts. Yeah.
Ah,
But
see?
appearing information. It appears as information.
What information? What appears?
The body here, isn't that kind of information? I mean,
No,
or energy, we can call it energy.
no. This is the death of energy as well. Yeah. Again, what I'm trying to point out here
It's changing.
is the death of
Mhm.
everything that you can think of. That's why I'm calling it
Yeah.
death. Yeah.
It's just an ever-changing, whatever, wordless, whatever.
No, nothing
Ever
changes, but
changing.
rest in peace.
Okay. I will rest. I'll do my best.
Love you. Thank you so much for having fun, with this communication.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is fun, and yeah, I don't know. I'm speechless because it's always so like, yeah.
Oh, thank you, Kane. David.
Oh, hello. So, what was I going to say? So, have you heard of the expression "the elephant in the room"?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my attempt at the corpse in the room.
Yeah.
And it feels like it's kind of the last question.
Yeah.
And it's hearkening back to this thing about time.
Yeah.
And how we say nothing ever happens, nothing has ever happened.
Like death.
So yes, so okay, so there can be a memory which is happening in this. So the memory doesn't
really.
Yeah.
No.
So, okay.
Yeah.
So an example of a memory could be that there could be a memory of having been at someone's funeral.
Okay. Yeah.
And you could say that funeral never happened because nothing has ever happened.
Yeah.
And you could say that the memory is happening in this.
That's right.
And the assumption for the one that's invested in separation is that the memory is proof and vindication that there was actually a real funeral.
That's right. Yeah.
So my question is, and understanding all of that I've said, it feels as though I could go down to a graveyard and dig up somebody that I've buried.
Yeah, and that's what's also
happening. And if we're saying that has never happened, I could show you
of course.
the body.
Oh yeah.
So can you explain that to me
of course,
and how
of course.
I'm not getting that?
Yeah, for example, if you cut your finger, it seems to be healing. It's also appearing. You've never left this. You think that there is a linear time that happens. Everything is automatically happening, including the appearance of a body that appears that seemed to have happened in the past, like a digged up body, or a picture of you as a child, is happening simultaneously, spontaneously. There's this illusion that it's coming from a beginning and an end. But I'm saying is this is all death already, appearing
so
as
that
aliveness.
suggests so that suggests, if I'm hearing you correctly, you're not denying that everything historically has happened. You're just saying that it's all happening at once now.
You could also say that it also did not happen. It's happening all at once and also did not happen. Boom. Yeah.
So it didn't happen because to say that it happened is to believe, I guess, that it's real, but we know it's not real.
Yeah, I'll use. You know what? I'll keep on using this analogy, right? It's just to dispel a concept. This is a concept to dispel a concept. The concept that this is a dream, a nighttime dream, you could have dreamt of a history there. It could be like, like a day or 2 days in a dream, and then you wake up. All those 2 days, all of the history, all of the past, the moment that it's seen that it's unreal, that didn't happen, none of that happened. So this is an apparent continuation of that nighttime dream, because no one wakes up and no one
Mm.
goes to sleep. So
Yeah.
everything,
Okay.
just like in a nighttime dream, everything that you've thought about in the past is
Yep.
already dead.
Okay. I've got this question then.
Yeah.
I can't put my hand into the dream from last night and retrieve anything, but I can put my hand into the ground and pull out a body that I've buried.
Yeah, but that's also a dream. That's also a dream. See, again, how do you know that this is not a dream? So even if this is the dream of separation, right? This is just the concept. This is the dream of separation, that there's a body in the ground, that there is an illness, there is whatever, there's the past, and there's the, because this is the dream of realness. This is the felt sense dream that I am real, moving through time and space, but it's no different from a night dream because there's no separation. And no one has ever gone to sleep, and no one has ever
Okay.
woken up.
So it's all 100% a dream,
I don't want to,
but
you know
not
what,
dreamt
again,
by someone.
it's not dreamt by someone. There's no dreamer,
Yeah.
right? Again, this is
Yeah. There's
just
no
trying to
dreamer.
dispel
Yeah.
at saying that
Yeah.
this is really nothing.
Yeah.
This is really nothing,
Yeah.
and this is not nothing. No one knows what this is, but it
Yeah.
can be expressed. You know what I'm saying? Can be kind of like hinted that it's like a dream, that nothing is
Yeah.
happening. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why there's
Okay.
there's this there's stunning easiness about it, because nothing is serious, because nothing is really
Yeah.
happening, but it seems like it's happening.
Yeah. Well, I guess what I'm saying is, I hear what you're saying with all of this talk, and I
Yeah.
get it, and I feel it, and all the rest of it. But there's a little bit that still thinks that something is real. That's effectively what I'm
And
saying,
that will
isn't
never
it?
disappear, because this is again the dream that I am real, that this is happening. This is the concept, you know what I'm saying, that feels
What do you mean
real.
that? What do you mean that will never disappear?
What's that?
What do you mean that it will never
Again, this is the
disappear?
dream
Because
of
here,
separation, right? So there's this feel, like,
yeah,
for example, if I, you know what, if if I hold up a cup, that feels real. If I put it down, that feels real. So that's a dream that I am holding. There's a tactile, there is
mm,
a holding of the mic, there's a voice coming out, there's separateness.
okay, yeah,
So there's this idea that once this is seen, that, people just move through walls. This is still a dream. That's
yeah,
what's being
yeah,
expressed here. That the dream is still
yes,
the dream, but there's no dreamer in
okay,
it.
right,
Yeah, it's
right,
just
okay,
dreaming by
yeah, yeah,
itself. Life is
yeah,
laughing by
yeah,
itself. Nothing and not
yes,
nothing is not nothing and nothing by itself.
yes,
It's wordless,
and
basically.
any
Yeah,
word could be used instead of dream.
that's right. It could be just all
Yeah, yeah,
good looking, good looking
yeah,
by itself.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Cheers.
All right. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. That is everywhere. Yes. Just a second. Okay, my internet is unstable, so I'm just going to change. There we go. I might disappear for 1 second. Okay, it's fine now. Emerson, can you talk about aliveness? aliveness is just another idea, it's just another concept. It's just awakeness. All of these words, that's what's being said here, that all of these words are really meaningless. Aliveness, awakeness, oneness, emptiness, wholeness, in loveness. All of these words are just trying to point out to the wordless. All is leading to the wordless, meaning that nothing really, really matters. Everything is just appearing, pop and popping out, like this pop-up meeting. Pops in and pops out simultaneously. No separation. And then when that seems to be happening, and all this understanding becomes a knowing, unknowing. So before you know it, it's already unknown. Same thing. And then there's why there's this feeling, this feeling of lightness, because everything is just happening and then happening. There's no more stickiness. Like the afterlife. Seemingly, there is a search. So the seeking is ended because everything is just flowing by itself. It's just boundless energy appearing as everything. So everything is boundless already. Even contraction is also boundless. There's an idea, there's an identification, there's again, the words labels things separately. It labels this and that, you and I, all of this. Is there a feeling of love or joy? There's just the love that arises. There's a love in doing this. There's a joy that arises in speaking about this, but it's not coming from anyone. It's just arising. And also, you can't even call it that. It's just this. The death of concepts. Yes, not in the body because there's no location. No, there's no body. This is again, the body is just another illusory way of thinking that something is happening to me. And I'll use the nighttime analogy again, the nighttime dream analogy. It feels like there's a body in the nighttime dream. It feels like even if you get hurt or something, the moment that it's seen, where's the body? It didn't really happen. Thank you so much, Emerson, for the death of me. You're welcome. Rest in peace. No one died. Let me just clarify that. No one died. Susan, is that a new hand or that was from before?
Actually, it was from before, but I do have
sure.
a question.
Yeah, sure.
So, near-death experiences, for example, it sounds like there's still some concepts going on when you're almost dead, like the physical death. Like there's still
There's
something
no such
going
thing as
on.
physical death.
Right. But when death is happening and the body dissolves, as it's dissolving, and then it's like there's still a lot of concepts and storytelling going on for whatever, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's like a mental body that is still not dissolved yet, that has that happening. I don't know. But isn't that interesting that there's still some storytelling without a body?
Actually, there's no body and there's really no storytelling. It appears as stories, but it's not really story. It appears as, but it's really nothing. So everything that
Right.
you're saying is an appearance of nothing and not nothing. It's a mystery. So the trying to solve the mystery is it cannot be solved because it's a mystery. It didn't
Yeah.
happen. Never, nothing ever happened.
Yeah, nothing ever happened. Even in near-death experiences, there's storytelling too. But it's
Yeah.
just interesting how it's so hard to, even when your body dies, you'll still hold on to the stories,
Yeah,
you
see,
know.
see
Or
that the seeming what seems to be happening is that there is a belief in other stories, right? It's
Mhm.
hard enough already that you believe in your story, but there's also belief in others. If you are dead, everybody's dead. That is everywhere.
Mhm. Right.
There's no one out there. So no one had a near-death experience. It's just a story coming out as a near-death experience story. It's really nothing coming out as a story, seemingly appearing as separate, but it's actually simultaneous. So it's nothing being near-death experience story. Everything can arise. It's unconditional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's still some story going on, but there's also a lot of stories about, well, the experience of
There are really
oneness.
no stories
And,
because what
you
you're
know,
hearing is just dead speak, right?
yeah,
Including
it's still
this.
stories of what's going on.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
not real. They're not real. So you keep on mentioning that it's a story, but there's a belief in the stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I find fascinating, that those beliefs are still there, you know, even when your body is kaput, you know, it's gone or it's dead. Yeah,
Okay.
it seems like that still. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Emerson.
Okay. Nothing really happened there. Thank you. Bertrand.
Hi, yeah.
Hi.
I'm gonna have a go at this concept killing.
Aha.
uh
The concept can kill the concept, by the way. And you are the concept, but try it.
um so would it be right to say that everything is empty?
That's just another concept, right? But you can hint at it as this is all emptiness. Everything is emptiness, meaning everything is dead. Everything is death. Yeah, you can. That's okay. That's all right.
Okay.
But the moment that you
Yeah.
conceptualize it, it becomes an understanding. All right, because you're trying to understand that everything is empty. But when that shoots up, it's almost like killed right away. You're like, okay, that's just an understanding again. Oh, damn it. I just conceptualized that. I just not try to understand emptiness. I am emptiness now. No. It's everything that
Ah,
arises, right? Is everything that arises is murdered, is what I'm basically saying. It's because it appears and it disappears. It lives and dies at the same time.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. At the same time, okay,
Yeah.
because when I hear that, I think I tend to go into it. It tends to go into a concept of everything is coming and going at this point.
That's why I keep on saying simultaneously. And you can't imagine
Eh,
that.
Yeah,
Try.
I can't
Try.
seem to. It's
There you go. That's what it is. This is it.
uh,
It's so simple. You can't figure it out. It's what is.
okay.
Why are you trying to figure it out?
Yeah.
The one that's trying to figure it out is dead. So it doesn't mean anything. It's not there. And there's no one there that tries or not tries. It's just happening. And there's nothing wrong or right in trying to figure out, but it can't be figured out, is what's being expressed here. So there's seemingly a giving up of that one that's trying because it's dead.
uh, it's it's like
It's what are you
it's like
looking for?
something won't go.
Well, it's already gone, so it won't go because it's already gone. I don't know what you're talking about. It's gone. The moment that you said that something won't go, it's gone already. It's gone.
What?
Where is it? It's gone. Where is it? It's gone. It's dead.
I-
You're trying to understand what dead is.
I can't find it, but it's a sense that
You
it's
can't
like
find it because it's dead. It can't be figured out. It's unknown. I'm just using words here. It's like a trickster trying to trying to trying to illuminate what can't be illuminated, like death.
oh jeez. Yeah, I don't know. I wanted to say there's a sense that I'm looking for what well, I already don't know what I'm looking for.
Who's looking then?
I have no clue. I can't even point to that as well.
Yeah, that's the thing that it can't be pointed at. It's what's being expressed here. And it seems so far away, but it's already being expressed here. It can't be pointed out. It can't be grabbed. And the one that's we're trying to grab it is not there. It's dead.
Are you speaking about the
Go
oh
ahead, go ahead,
jeez.
go ahead.
Are you speaking about wait, when you say it's dead, are you referring to just everything?
Everything, yeah, is dead. The moment it arises, it disappears. It's nothing being everything. I'm just trying to simplify it. Meaning it's unknowable. It's not a concept.
And even the illusion of me is also unknowable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just arising and disappearing, and when it goes to sleep, it disappears at night, and it's like an app. You know what I'm saying? It's unknowable. It's everything that you're looking for is appearing as everything. Everything that you're looking for is gone already, and it's appearing as everything. Everything that you're looking for is already absent, but it looks like it's full. Everything that you're seeking is emptiness. This is emptiness. It's appearing as this green light, the thoughts, the smiling, everything. That is appearing as aliveness. Everything. The unknowable is appearing as the knowable. It's all the same thing. Everything that you look at is the same thing. There's no separation. There's never been any
Ah,
separation.
jeez.
You're trying to conceptualize what can't be conceptualized.
Yeah, it's like how is that possible? But it
It's
also seems
impossible. It's impossible.
right. Okay, yeah, I can't come up with more. But yeah, thanks.
All right. All right. Emerson, do I die each and every night? Yes. When you go to deep sleep, the me dies. and then it resurrects. The moment that you seemingly wake up, there's this idea of me that comes back like an app. It just comes back. There's nothing wrong or right about it. You don't have to get rid of it because it's just this ordinariness of things. There's nothing lacking. Oh, sorry. Some people is like midnight at them. Good night. Good night. Sorry. Hardcore. Hardcore. Susan, are you back? Is that your permanent hand up? Did you want?
Well, actually, no. But I'm sure I can find a question, but I'll let go. I'll lower my hand here. Okay, lower hand. Yeah.
No, but go ahead if you want to ask a question. No worries. Okay. Emerson, I'm feeling a little bit of sadness, grief, and then relief at the same time. Like a mourning of something that was never there. Yeah. 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 It can appear as that. Yeah. It's just what's appearing. Do call me though if you like. You do message me. We can do a Zoom. And then George goes, emptiness appearing as fullness, but unknowably and for no one. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, finally, some clarity appearing. Oh, good night, good night. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you so much. I know it's late for other people. Emerson, it feels like there's no one here now. Will that me ever come back? No, because it was never really real in the first place. But thinking that it will come back makes it real. That's the comeback trail. Is that when there seems to be a disappearance, and then if you make that disappearance, there's no one choosing, as something that's, you think is temporary, then it does, seemingly, it goes underground. Do message me. Do message me. Yeah. Just message me via email and we'll talk. Let's just do a death stare here for the next 30 minutes. Or if you have any questions, feel free. Tim goes, too much fear, Emerson. How can I survive? You're killing me. Do you want to talk about that, Tim? Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hello, Emerson.
Oh, hi, Tim.
I need to
안녕하세요.
go to the meeting. 안녕하세요. I need to go to the meeting, but it's unbearable for me.
Yeah.
Too much pain, too much fear in my mind. So I don't know what can I do?
It's getting there's nothing that you can do. It's getting confronted. It's afraid of its own absence. It's seeing the emptiness. It's seeing that it does not exist, and it's afraid of it. It's afraid of the seeing that there's never been anyone here. But when there is this apparent fear,
it's been.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's going. It's been too long.
There's no time actually, so there's no you. So this is just what's arising right now. It's creating a story that has been too long, that it's been, for me.
Mm.
But all that there is this. And there's already no Tim there. But the moment that you come up with an idea, you're resurrecting the dead. You're thinking that I am still here, that it's been a
Mm.
long time when there's never been anyone. It's like a phantom. It's like a ghost speak, right? You keep on saying that I'm alive and everything, but you don't know that you're dead. But all I see is death.
I don't know. I don't know
See,
if I
yeah.
live or die. That's the
There was,
problem.
there was
Anyway,
for
I
you.
need to go.
Okay. All right.
Okay,
We'll
nice
talk soon
talking to
again.
you.
All right. Take care.
Talk to you again. Bye-bye.
Don't be afraid, although you have no choice.
Thank you.
Okay, bye. Okay, Oyben, go. Good night. He said, I'll fall asleep listening to my death. Emerson, I feel the opposite here. Although there's death happening, that's not really happening. There is an openness apparently appearing at the idea that this deathlessness is also the same as emptiness. Yes. Don't try to conceptualize it. It's just this. Just this. Although you don't have any choice, but it's just this. In the story, Cain asked, are serial killers born or made? There are no serial killers, actually. We just label them. We label everything that's appearing as something. Uh, Lila. Hi, Lila.
Hi, Emerson.
How are you doing?
Hi. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you were saying, to think of the one or the one question or whatever, it's funny because the thing that's been sticking that I wasn't even. It was just kind of playing on. It was this fear of death that I've
Yeah.
talked to you about personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny. Like I kind of not even really aware of what it was, but like I'm feeling these twinges in my lungs, and I'm like, I bet
Yeah.
that's lung cancer.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I did smoke heavily, and it's
Yeah.
like this really strong belief that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I told you also my daughter's dog
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
yesterday.
I know.
I think it was just yesterday. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
And so I guess as we're talking about, you never really existed, and you wrote such a really nice response, a really nice message to me about how, it's fine to love, it was a really nice message. But yeah, there is a sadness when the last person just said, there's a sadness that about your own character non-existing. But yeah, there is like that kind of morphs both that, like what I said about the fact that the dog kind of never existed, and my daughter who's mourning doesn't exist, and I don't know the whole thing. Yeah, there's kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
like, I don't know, the fear of my own self dying, but it's the insignificance, I guess.
The insignificance of everything that you have done, but also when they see that there's the insignificance of everything that you've done, it's also instant forgiveness to think of everything that you think that you have done that never really happened. So it's the play of opposites of this thing that is actually nothing. It can't really be described, right? It's just this unknowableness, right? And it's appearing as whatever it is, but it's this unknowableness doesn't recognize the knowable. It only sees its own death, meaning it doesn't exist. So there's nothing that exists. All of this is non-existing, appearing as an existence. So when you put them together, you can't put them together because they've never been separate, really. It's just complete. It's freedom. Death is freedom.
Yeah.
That is the death of suffering, death of knowing. It's the death of belief.
It's the color. It wants to color it as bad or good.
That's
something. Yeah.
That's right. It's trying to dispel a concept, right? Because a lot of people, coming into this stuff wants to hear divinity and sacredness
Yeah,
and all that kind of
right.
stuff. This
Yeah,
is a sharp turn to that one and saying this is death.
yeah,
It triggers the me, and then it because the me wants to make itself real, so it's basically being slapped and saying no, it's dead.
yeah. It's funny sometimes it doesn't want to be real if it's done thinks it's done bad things or it's like, oh, now I don't want to be real.
Well, even if it doesn't think it's real, then it's just the it's just also again it's just a self-generating cyclical pattern, right? Even
Yeah,
when it doesn't feel think it's real, it's just going underground.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah,
There's
yeah.
no
So,
me here now. Yeah, but the me has just gone underground into a belief that there's no one here. So it's
yeah.
very tricky. It's very tricky for something that's dead.
Isn't it? Yeah, another thing it's been, I guess, in the last week or two, or maybe week really, just the kind of like a feeling like maybe listening to a lot of Ariana and Theo and you also, saying kind of negating everything. And it's
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
kind of a feeling like I'm never gonna get this anyway.
Because you're
So
not.
whatever. Yeah. Yeah. And like kind of giving up, but I'm wondering if even that's a survival mechanism.
Yeah, did you just catch it? The story just tried to make another story about its
Yeah.
own survival, but it's not even
Yeah.
real. It just
Okay.
made it real by saying that it's a survival mechanism. That's bullshit.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really can't say anything. Like, you notice that with Theo's meeting, like when nobody asked any questions, it's
Yeah.
like there's really nothing you can ask.
There's
There's
really
nothing you
nothing.
can
Yeah,
say.
really nothing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, anyway,
All
there's
right.
nothing else to say, I guess.
No.
Thank you.
Love you.
I love you too.
Someone just wrote here, do you always smile when you kill? There's no one here. There is no hope. No. At the end of hopelessness is unconditional liberation. When you lost all of your hopes, it's unconditional liberation. Okay. I'm gonna close this soon because I think people really want to go to bed, and I'll end this with this. That's there. Everything that we've talked about in the past few hours did not really happen. Everything that you've done, everything that you've thought of, is not real. It's unknowable and also not real. It feels real, but it's unreal. This is not a play of opposites because there's no opposites to this. This is completeness. This is aliveness. This is unconditional love. This is unconditional freedom. It's like paradise, but there's no one in it. It's like home, but no one has ever been lost. It's the absence of everything and the exposure of everything that's not. This is the starvation of the me that was never there, but the liberation of the unknown. And this is the death of knowing and the rise of unknowing. This is the unraveling and it keeps on unraveling. It's the rest in peace of the peacefulness. So rest in peace. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming. Rest in peace.
Such a poet, Emerson.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know why, but I guess it's appearing that way. But thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
It's
you.
been such an
Thank
awesome,
you,
Thank
awesome.
you.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Emerson.
Gail,
much,
thank you.
Emerson.
Thank
Love
you,
you.
Carol. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you,
Thank
Thank you,
Tanya.
you.
Thank you,
Emerson.
So
Emerson.
Bye-bye.
you
Love
Thank you,
you so
Richard and
beautiful.
much.
Susie. Thank you,
You so
Antonella,
Bye.
much.
Bye.
Petra,
Thank you
Bertrand,
so
Love
much.
you.
Manuela,
Thank
Aquab. What's your name, Aquab?
Oh, Anne Marie.
Anne Marie. That's by
Yeah.
Robert, by Lila, Susan, David,
Yeah,
William,
thank you.
Harvey.
Bye.
Harvey, thank you so much.
Bye.
Arvind,
Love you.
George, Karen,
Wonderful. Thank
Bye,
you.
Dina,
Thank
and thank you
you.
everyone.
so much, everyone. There's Francesca,
Nice,
Jesse, and Nud. Tanya, thank you.
nice sharing all with you.
Oh, I know it's late, but let's go a little bit hardcore and um, yeah, thank you so much. That was fun.